yo. Yo, Fighter and Q, what's up? Around the world, what's good? King Corleone, what's poppin'? Oh my gosh. Well, people. Well. Shout out to Kennedy Linder. He know about the devil in the details. It's the devil in the details, people. Darius, hi, what's up? Raul, how are you doing? D Bevel the champ, Joshua is a hoe. Hey, y'all already coming in. Chill. Y'all chill, champ, chill. Man, listen. First of all, I'd like to thank God. I want to thank my parents. Then I want to thank Ego's Army New Media for once again getting it right. Letting you know what was to happen before it happened. These young boys, what I tell you, these young boys can't beat me. These young boys can't beat me. Okay. Man, listen. I told you, I've said the same thing over and over and over again. Yes, people, Joshua versus Wilder does not look like it's going to happen next. It's not happening next, basically. Because all of a sudden, I did a video about this earlier, and we're going to see how many people that disagreed. We'll see how many great arguments they come up with versus me in the hot seat, because I'm ready to go. I could be Ego Veli, I could be Ego Veli. It doesn't matter. Whatever y'all want. I'm going to give it how you want it. How you want it. Listen. I told you guys, like, listen, I told you, hold on, Ronald Finkley, Super Chat, Money Gang. It's the boxing media, gang. I told you, I must be Miss Cleo out this bitch. Call now for your free redone. Call me now. Like, I guess I'm Miss Cleo. How do I keep getting it right? Yo, oh yeah, it's gonna happen next. Joshua, he'll fight Wilder. There's no, okay. I've said the same thing over and over, and you guys know it. And now the only thing you can do is what you always do. And this is not to Ego's Army. This is to that old bullshit, old media and all that. The only thing you can do is jump ship. And now switch to another art. Oh, Wilder, he had 4 weeks to sign. Why didn't he sign in 4 weeks if he really... I'm like, stop it, bro. All these dudes do is jump ship, and it's pitiful. It's pitiful. You know, I've been super consistent. I told you guys from the beginning, this is the same thing that I've said. I said, I don't see it happening next. I don't think it'll happen next. I think they really want to fight Povetkin next. I don't think they're going to fight. I said the same thing. The only thing I did say, I never played defense. The only thing I did say is I want to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I said I don't think I'm going to be wrong. These are my words exactly. Check all the old live streams. And now this information comes and all of a sudden it's, oh yeah, the WBA has ordered. I told you. Remember when Wilder's team said they're going to send the contract back Friday? And I said I wouldn't hold my breath because Team Joshua always has some kind of clever trick up their sleeve of oh yeah, we know we said the UK, we know we turned down the 50 mil, we know you agreed to this, but we want to switch it up. We want to fight on Easter Sunday. Like what? You know what I'm saying? We know it's your baby's birthday, but we want to fight on that day. You know what I'm saying? Just something to further stall this event, further to force people to have to see. And I told you guys this, and I've been consistent with it. Whoever Wilder fights, A-okay in my book. Whoever he fights next. So if it's Dominic Brazil, I'm not gonna blame that man for it. He could fight Dominic Brazil. He could fight Evander Holyfield. He could fight Butterbean. He could fight the Bride of Chucky. He could fight Charles Lee Ray. Who else could he fight? He could fight Pee Wee Herman. And I'm not gonna have a problem with it because we know what he wants. We know who he's trying to fight. So at the end of the day, I don't care who he fights because I don't think him and his team is to blame for the majority of this. So Wilder, do your thing. If you want to fight Gilbert Godfrey, okay, what's an onion booty? Like if he wants to fight Gilbert Godfrey, I'm supporting it and I'm gonna promote the fight because we know what it is. We know what it's been. I've told you. Like I said, I must be Miss Cleo. In fact, he could fight Miss Cleo. Call now for your free redone. You young motherfuckers probably don't remember Cleo. Google it. That's what you guys are good at, picking up devices and tablets. Google it if you don't know who Miss Cleo is, because I'm not here to tell you. Call now for your free redone. So I don't care who Wilder fight. He could fight Ice-T next. Man, how the hell used to be Pookie? I'll be like, oh, that's a good fight. Just how have I been so right with this whole situation? Like, just explain that. You don't know what you're talking about. You're lying. Did she die? Oh shit, I didn't know she was dead. I thought she was in jail or something. Oh shit. Rest in peace, Miss Cleo. I didn't even know she was dead. Damn. He could fight Tekashi 6ix9ine. None. It don't matter. Him and Nipsey Hussle can have a slap off. See, hey, y'all see that video? Nipsey slapped the hell out that dude at the BET Awards. He said, "You know that Batman and Robin meme, where Batman slapped the fuck out of he slapped the fuck out of Robin in that meme? That's what Nipsey Hussle did. Shout out to the Crips. He put the power of the Crips in that slap. Oh my God." Nipsey, he slapped him to the finish line. That victory lap slap. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. You heard it. And he did it. He slapped the Sonic rings out that boy. Oh my God. Listen, I wouldn't even try to fight him at that point. I'll go home. If a motherfucker slapped me like that, I just go home. Live to fight another day. I just got the shit slapped out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna leave. He going, I'm just gonna Yui. I'm just gonna flip a bitch. The motherfucker got slapped. I think he slapped something. No, the dude hit something out of his boy's hand or some shit. And then Nipsey slapped the victory lap about him. That shit was crazy. That's one of them slaps that make you think about your whole life. Like, what the fuck am I doing, man? I got bills past due. I'm cheating on my girl. Like, you gonna really analyze what's happening in your life. You're like, I ain't called my mama in a month. Hey, he slapped the fuck out that boy. Hey, rest in peace to Rick James. He put the power of Rick James into that slap. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap! Oh my God. Should've never gave you niggas money. Should've never gave Nipsey money. Okay. Anyway, Nipsey. Hey, them skinny dudes be having that skinny ass power. Like, oh shit, you skinny. You too skinny to have that type of power. What the fuck? How you skinny with that much power? You got some power for a skinny dude. What the fuck? See, people get confused. They just see muscles and think that equates to power or some shit. Some of these skinny dudes will slap your fucking life away, yo. They'll slap you into another dimension. You know what I mean? Back to the Future shit. You and Biff will be in a T-Rex or some shit. Like, Nipsey has power. He put power into that snap. That man Nip put some power in that snap. Now, some of these man fans need to get Nipsey Hussle slapped, man. Because they lie, man. They lie. I told you. How is it that the gang, how is it that we've been so accurate with this? How we been so accurate with this? Hold on. I think I slapped my computer on accident. Listen. This whole thing, how is it I've been so correct? Let me know regarding this Joshua Wilder. Because y'all say, oh, you don't know shit. You're lying. This is bullshit. Because you're consistent. Man, I just call the play like I see it. Like, you know what makes like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning an elite level quarterback? Hold on, let me turn this shit down. Y'all gotta hear me more than the music. I said, y'all gotta hear me more than the music right now. I'm about to drop a gem. This is just for my all-around sports fans. If you only watch boxing, then I don't know what to tell you. It's an analogy. Smash the like button. Get them likes up. We working. Now, here's an analogy for you guys. The thing that makes a quarterback elite, like a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, or Joe Montana, all these guys, not just the ability to throw the ball tight, perfect spiral and all that, but the ability to read the defense. See what the defense is doing, right? And make adjustments on the line. Carson Wentz, you know, the ability to see what the opponent is doing and make adjustments, audibles, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, okay, fuck. And okay, they're gonna blitz me, and then be able to get the ball off quick, stuff like that. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is right here on this side, the west side, we operating like elite level quarterbacks because we call it how we see it. And then you see they were trying to blitz, you know, they were doing this, you know what I mean? They were trying, and we're calling it before it happens. We're able to read the plays before they happen, period. I do watch UFC. I'm looking forward to Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier. And this whole Joshua Wilder situation, it's nothing against either guy. I don't have no issue with either person, but I'm transparent. I'm calling it how I see. I'm telling you, someone said ego Manning. That's funny. I'm telling you what's gonna happen before it happens. Like I said, a lot of people have said, go just watch the old videos. I said, I don't see it happening next. I want it to happen next. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it happening next. And now all of a sudden this stuff comes out. Now, shout out to World Boxing News. They have an article that says, exclusive, Team Joshua should have asked for a WBA for a Wilder exception if they really wanted the fight, says Finkel, who is the co-manager of Deontay Wilder. Can y'all hear it? Hold on, we gotta turn the music down for this one. I said we gotta turn the music down for this one. All right, in this article, hold on, in case you guys want to follow along, you know, I try to play my part. Everybody check the chat if you want to follow along, or if you have a separate device or a way of listening and going to the link. Link is in the description as of right now. Co-manager, I'll read it for those people who just want to hear me. It says, today the WBA requested an answer. This is what the WBA said. Well, actually, hold on. We'll skip to what Finkel says. The WBA has allowed, hold on. Let me figure out where his part starts. The organizations recognize a unification over a mandatory, which is what I've maintained and told you. Eddie Hearn confirmed. If you ask for an exception for a fight of this magnitude, I would highly doubt they would say no, Finkel told World Boxing News. So if Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn really wanted the fight, instead of saying the WBA are pressing him, he would be able to ask for an exception, and most likely the WBA would have given it, and this would not be an issue. The fact is, he's never asked for an exception. Everyone knows it's best for boxing to make this fight, but Joshua and his team are obviously not interested in what the fans want. Look at Gennady Golovkin. He said to the IBF, I'm fighting Canelo and that's it. And that's what Anthony Joshua should do. Ask for an exception, and if they say no, which they won't, tell them that you'll take the fight anyway. Then he gave a lowball offer for a UK fight, and we accepted it. We have now told him we'll have the contract back to him by Friday, And it's now a little coincidental, which is my words exactly, that the WBA will say you have to make a decision by today. They say they want to fight us after Povetkin, but why should we believe that? Joshua said that he would fight us next, and now he's fighting Povetkin instead. As far as we're concerned, they have showed they don't want this fight. We have bent every which way which could make it happen, and it's obvious to a blind man that they don't want it. Joshua is the one who went public and said he wanted this next fight to be Wilder. He should have never said it if he really didn't want to do it. If his team really had his best interest at heart, they would have said to him that $50 million with the rematch clause at 50-50 is a good deal. Let's take it, but they never did. End quote. Listen, shout out for the continued support. We are the gang. Shelly Finkel, to me, is right on the money with this. Listen, and I think it's mentioned in this article. If not, I'll mention it. An exception was, listen, the most disrespectful thing that's coming from this particular fight negotiations is the fans are being treated as if they're stupid, as if we're cattle and we have no way of cognitive thinking. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's the part that bothers me the most. Is I don't like when people try to play me for a fool. I mean, you could do it if you want. If you really think I'm a fool, if you think I'm dumb, if you think I can't hang, you know what I mean? We could do whatever. We can have a decathlon. We could have a testing. It don't matter. All right, Ruby got and you in the hot seat. I'm not playing games with y'all. Watch me catch this body. He said 4 weeks to reply, though. Who gives a shit? You in the hot seat. What is 4 weeks to reply? What's your point? Go. What's your point, Ruby? We gonna see who's really dropping gems. Since you a Ruby, you supposed to be dropping gems, right? You a Ruby. We gonna see who's the gemstone. I'm about to cook this boy, man. Watch how I do him greasy. Promise you that. So what is okay, they took 4 weeks to reply. Cool, great. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with the article I just read? What Shelly Finkel said. You supposed to be dropping gems? You said you Ruby. Your name is Ruby. Where are you at, Ruby? So what is for? See, I'm telling you. Now I'm going to Ego Valley. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Now you got Ego Valley. You guys got to stop listening to the rhetoric. Unless you listen to it and you interpret it and you've thought it through, this is not what you want. I promise you. This is not what you want, right? You guys just hear some bullshit argument from a bullshit YouTube channel or something that don't cover fights, ain't doing shit, ain't about shit, ain't been in as long as me or Ellie or anything, and all of a sudden you want to roll with some shit you seen in their comment section or whatever the host is talking about. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell y'all, don't do it. Please don't do it. Where's Ruby at? What the fuck is 4 weeks? Okay, what's 4 weeks got to do with it? What's 4 weeks got to do with it? Yeah, they took 4 weeks and what? It took 4 weeks. It took a month. Okay, and what? See, where's Ruby? Ruby, you have 15 seconds to comply. What's 4 weeks have to do with it? When they just told the whole world that we're going to give you the contract on Friday. And then conveniently, now there's something that I've never even seen where a sanctioning body was like, fuck, yeah, you only got 24 hours to respond or get stripped. Like, when does this ever happen? Come on, man. Like, y'all got to start setting up the plays better. Y'all got to start looking at what's going on. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Yeah, you would have been bit because you play dumb. It's a snake. Is it slithering? Does it have a forked tongue? Does it have these beady ass eyes? Is it going? It's a fucking snake. You know what I'm saying? You guys act like you can't see the clues and shit. Where's Ruby at? Ruby ducking me. I'm telling y'all, don't do it. Oh, 4 weeks. Come up in front of me and my shooters with these dumbass talking points that you heard from somebody else that you haven't thought through. Listen, I'm not trying to be no bully. I ain't gonna just destroy someone because the crowd want to see it. You know what I'm saying? But you guys got to start coming with some better talking points. You know what I mean? You got to come with some better talking points. Someone said Ruby went to the shoulder roll. Hey, shooters, get Ruby the fuck up out of here. I'm not waiting all day. It's been way over 15 seconds since I said that. Hey, Ruby ain't dropping no gems. He got to go. Listen, that's how we working. I don't give a fuck. You can go tell every boxing channel, I did this to you. Oh, Ego just blocks people. I'm so offended. His channel, tell him whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, Ronald Finkley, he caught him a body. Okay. Everybody give it up. Ruby's out of the building. Ruby has left the building. Listen, y'all not gonna just come up with these weak ass talking points. What does 4 weeks have to do with anything when I just read a whole ass article where Shelly Finkel brought up a very good point, is if they really wanted to fight, why not ask for an extension, which doesn't look like it's been done. Why not just answer that? Ron said he got the shotty on deck. Why not ask for extension? And here, to add insult to injury, Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko, an Eddie Hearn event, extension was granted. Kell Brook, basically, when Golovkin smashed his eye in, he asked for a medical extension to not fight Errol Spence. Right? He asked for a medical extension and he got it. And it was a long time. And Errol Spence was waiting for his opportunity. He had to wait 9 months, at least 9 months, to fight Kell Brook. And you know what I mean? You don't want to, why take another fight when you're about to take that fight? And that could be a tough fight. You know what I mean? So it's not like Eddie Hearn doesn't know the game or the match room. They've been in the business. You know what you can do. You know when you can get an exception, right? And it's so convenient. How come the WBA, Luis King Kong Ortiz, was Wilder? I mean, excuse me. Hold on. Cut the beat. I don't need no beat. I'm going to freestyle this acapella. I'm doing this acapella. I don't want no distraction. I want y'all to hear me loud and clear. Shout out to Gotti's Corner, $2 super chat. Do you see the Incredibles 2? Shit was lit. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with it. Shout out to Incredibles. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. Give me money. Give me money. But that don't have nothing to do with what we talking about. So, no, I haven't seen it. I'll catch it when I have some time. Right now, we got work to do. So, when it comes to Joshua Wilder, how come the WBA had put Luis Ortiz, King Kong Ortiz, right? They put Luis King Kong Ortiz as Joshua's mandatory. Yet, Joshua was able somehow to fight Klitschko and not fight Ortiz. To this day, we have not seen Anthony Joshua fight Luis Ortiz. Now, Luis Ortiz failed a WBC clean boxing program test in November. That fight with Wilder at the moment got canceled, and then he went on to fight Stavern, and then he would later fight him the next year, which was March of this year, right? And Luis Ortiz was allowed back in the rankings by the sanctioning body that caught him, you know, the WBC. They're the ones that did the clean boxing program. But they somehow, the WBA took Luis King Kong Ortiz out of the rankings. Okay, I'm better. We'll see if you're better. You're in the hot seat. You think you know what's going on more than me, and your name is I'm better. So I love a challenge. We'll see who's better. He just said what I just said. Ortiz was taken off the ranking because he failed a test. So AJ didn't have to fight him. You're a fucking lie, because he didn't fail the test until November, because I was going to that fight and I went to that fight, even though it was Stavern in the M. So he could have fought him before he even failed a drug test. That's a fact, right? They were on Matchroom on the same side of the fence at one point. So they could have fought him right then and there. So that's already strike one. Strike two is this. You said he was dropped out of the rankings. So explain how the company or the side, the sanctioning body, the branch that actually caught him with the substances, paid for and did the VADA testing, and it was part of their program. Why did the WBC allow Luis Ortiz back in the rankings? And as you've seen in March, he got a fight with their WBC champion, Deontay Wilder, yet a whole different sanctioning body, WBA, dropped him from the rankings. So how is it the person that, basically in layman's terms, the person that caught him said, oh, we had a hearing, we know what's going on, we got clarification, it was an honest mistake, we'll let him back in the rankings. And they put him back in the rankings, and they still have him in the top 5. But a person, a sanctioning body that had nothing to do with the situation, right? They overheard that he failed the drug test, as the world did. You know what I mean? The news came out on ESPN and everything. And then he got dropped. So explain that to me, since you know so much, since you're better. Your name is I'm Better. So explain that. Explain how the person, the sanctioning body that caught him allowed him to fight for their title and understood where he was coming from to put him back in the rankings. But the WBA dropped him entirely. I'm Better. You're up. Hot seat. Let's see what he got to say to that. So explain that. Explain how the person that caught him put him back in the rankings. I was blocked. Bro, you're strike 2. You got one more. You got one more opportunity. How you gonna type I'm blocked if you're blocked? That don't even make sense. I'm blocked. You're blocked, but you're typing in here. That does not how that works. Strike 2, you stalling. I'll ask you again because you're clearly in here. I'm Better. Why did the WBC put Luis Ortiz back in the rankings even after the failed drug test, after talking to him and having a hearing or a meeting with his team, and they allowed him to fight their champion, and they're the ones that caught him, but the WBA canceled him and dropped him from the rankings entirely? Come get this work. All right, look. His just so you guys see, this is the cowardice that we have. He says it's not AJ's fault Wilder lost his pin like a pussy. Stop ducking, mate. You daft pussy hole. You're clearly from the UK based on this jargon, and you're not answering the question. So by default, you get clapped. Shooters, just get rid of him. Get him out of the kingdom. Away, off with his head. You see how it always some extra shit? I asked him a simple question. And then all of a sudden he can't answer. So what does he do? Oh, you daft punk. You fucking cunt. You fucking bloody wank. And you know, all this extra shit. Bang, all this extra shit. Instead of just answering the question. Y'all know who won. That's how you know who won. Man, Eagles Army, man. We do this. We do this. That's what I'm saying, because they want to listen to somebody else's point and they don't have no bang. Like, okay. Answer the question and get banged. What the fuck are you talking about? Boxingego receives payments from Eddie Hearn. I earn my own living. I don't receive payments from no promoter. Hey, Keith Hodge, off with his head. Shit, we'll do World War III right now. All that dumb shit. Hey, shooters, clap at him. His name is Keith Hodge. Go join the Hodge twins. Get him the fuck up out of here. All this stupid shit. Ego is paid by the people. Now that's a comment I can rock with. Yeah, I'm paid by the people. I'm the people's champ. You talking stupid, making up shit. Lies. What's up, Ego? I'm late. If you're late, you gotta smash the like button. That's the first thing. Smash the like button, y'all. Like I said, this is all too predictable. So basically, to recap, if you're just joining, Joshua Wilder's not next. The WBA conveniently ordered a 24-hour deadline. See, and that's the other thing. Ego, they just trying to steer you away from the subject. I get it. That's, you know what I mean? People bringing up the Incredibles and all this extra stuff. But we stay in focus today. But listen, when have you seen a sanctioning body not have a predetermined deadline, and then all of a sudden it's just publicized that they just send a letter or an announcement, hey, blah blah blah. That's some people fighting for blocks, like drug dealers or some shit. You have 24 hours to leave town. Like, when does that ever happen? When does that ever happen where a person, like a sanctioning body, Nobody knew any deadline, and then all of a sudden they just came out with an announcement. Hey, you gotta fight Povetkin and agree to it because we're sick of waiting. You have 24 hours. And listen, this is how I know it's some bullshit. So, like, I don't know if somebody paid the WBA or whatever the situation is. I don't know if the Povetkins, the Russian, they got bread. I don't know if they slid some money. Hey, call for that fight. I don't know if it's Eddie Hearn. I don't know what, but that sounds fishy as fuck. Because how would when the world, and it was highly publicized from World Boxing News, ESPN, I talked about it, you know what I mean, major players in the boxing realm, everybody knew that Shelly Finkel had did interviews, and he said that we're sending the contract Friday. And conveniently, that's after it's already like, man, like I can understand, let's say the whole process is becoming laborious. It's taking too long. I can understand that. But why would you wait until Shelly Finkel has a highly publicized interview where he says contracts will be signed and sent on Friday? And then that's when you call this order. You know what I'm saying? That's when you say, nope, you have 24 hours. What? He said, I'm gonna send the contract on Friday with small notes, and then once they send it back, it's a wrap. We'll sign. And he said it's nothing big. And then all of a sudden, it's just a done deal. No purse bid. Shout out to D21519. That's a great thing. No purse bid. Nobody knew of this impending doomsday date. It's just they randomly come out. So the day, remember when the day I got out of jail, was a motherfucking pro. The day Shelly Finkel does this interview, right after, literally the day after, just look at the timing. That's when the WBA comes out and like, hey, we gotta get to the bottom of this. You had your answer right there. Shooter, just look at the comments and start clapping people if needed. This is the first time a governing body did it. That's what I'm saying. Like, here's an example. I think it's the IBF. The IBF, they ordered Daniel Jacobs versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, who actually have the same trainer. So I don't know how that's gonna work. But Jacobs versus Derevyanchenko, they're the highest rated people at the IBF. They have a purse bid date of like July 6th or 5th or something. Right now it is June 26th. You get what I'm saying? So they have time before the purse bid. Now I know sometimes it's already elapsed with the Joshua Wilder talks, but we know when the purse bid is gonna be. It didn't even get to a purse bid. It's just like, we're sick of waiting 24 hours. July 5th. Shout out to you but you guys get the point, man. That's the whole point. But then conveniently, the WBA does something where they say, guess what? Guess what? You have 24 hours to tell us you're fighting. It's a setup. Clearly a setup. You have 24 hours to tell us that you're fighting Povetkin or we'll strip you. WBA be on some bullshit. Because didn't they, remember, this is also the same sanctioning body that said, hey, Guillermo Rigondeaux, even though you're a respected champion at 122, if you go up and fight Lomachenko, 2 weight divisions, if you dare to be great, and you choose to fight Lomachenko, if you are to lose, we stripping you. We stripping you. Like, why the fuck he gets stripped for getting knocked out at 130, but he's a champion at 122? But when Kell Brook, you see, this is all this politics shit. When Kell Brook left welterweight, went to middleweight, and got chewed up by Golovkin, his eye socket for basically me eye and me weight, you know what I'm saying? And then he went back down. He didn't just lose his welterweight belt. This is all politics. I don't know if people get paid behind the scene. I don't know what it is, but how does that work? How did, even though it's different sanctioning bodies, who cares? How does this work? How does Kell Brook dare to be great, lose to Golovkin, and he still has his belt at home for the IBF. But then when Rigondeaux moved up 2 weight classes to fight Lomachenko, right? And then they're like, yep, you lost to Lomachenko. Give us the fucking belt back at 122. He didn't lose at 122. He lost at 130. Shit, he might have already come back if he was still a champion. Now we don't know if Rigondeaux will ever come back. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like Eddie Hearn asked for the WBA intervention. Yeah, somebody. So the WBA been on some shit. Like, why did Rigondeaux get stripped? You know what I'm saying? Somebody should start looking at it. Like, start looking at that type of shit. Like, how does that even make sense? Why does Rigondeaux get stripped at 22 when he lost at 130? You know what I mean? Because he took a challenge. He took a money fight. Crazy. And like I said, I never seen nobody with the sanctioned body put on a 24-hour timer. You got 24 hours. What? Crazy. It's not no transparent. And then, like, even if you were gonna do this, there was points where we didn't hear anything publicly from Wilder's team because they were mulling over the offer. So why didn't you do that then? Why didn't you do it when it was unknown? You wait till literally the day after Shelly Finkel did ESPN.com, World Boxing News articles, and he says, oh, we got the contract, everything's good, and we want to have the fight. We'll send the contract Friday. You know what I mean? And you do all that, and then they say, hey, nope, we're stripping you 24 hours. It's like by any, this is crazy. I ain't never seen it. It's like by any means necessary, Team Joshua's side or something magically happens that sabotages this particular fight. So once again, it leads me to believe what I've been saying. The powers that be didn't want this fucking fight next. End of story. Listen, I could kill you all in several different ways. I feel like that the dude in them classic martial arts movies, like the Grandmaster, ancient crane style, like there's so many ways I could even do this. TP McCain, $5 super chat. Really appreciate you. Thank you. God bless. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. I'm on my Russell Simmons shit. Here's another thing. How is it Eddie Hearn, his side, they can make a Dillian White and Joseph Parker? Keep in mind, Dillian White was on the verge of, he lost a purse bid to fight Kubrat Pulev, right? They lost a purse bid with Epic Sports and Entertainment or whatever the fuck. And Joseph Parker was on the verge of fighting Bryant Jennings in New Jersey or somewhere, right? And even though both fighters are in negotiations separately to fight other people, they say within 48 hours they came together collectively and were able to make that fight. So they were able to make Dillian White, Joseph Parker in 48 hours. Just like that. They made it just like that. No issue, nothing. Just boom, fight made. And they had to pull those guys out of other people's negotiations. Pulev and Jennings with Top Rank. And according to Bob Arum says that they had a deal and like everything was like really ready to sign and go. But all of a sudden Joshua Wilder is super hard to make and it's like taking a long time. And come on, man. You know what it is. Now this fight is super hard to make. And then same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook was not even in Golovkin's division. Golovkin was like, no, give me my belt. He was doing his own thing in middleweight. Kell Brook was doing his own thing at welter. So basically, mandatory. You know what I mean? He was doing his own thing. And then because of Chris Eubank Jr., Golovkin fight fell apart. Eddie Hearn was able to call Kell Brook on the phone. And then within a day or two, get him to move up to fucking middleweight to fight a guy who's the #1 middleweight and a destructive puncher and a seasoned amateur. So you somehow, some way were able to get a welterweight and convince him over the phone that basically middleweight is mature weight and midweight and mid-eye. Like you was able to convince him to that's the best career move for him next, to go up to middleweight and fight a goddamn Terminator of sorts with a fucking crazy ass chin, power, you know what I mean? But then two guys in the same fucking division who allegedly, both guys, I know Wilder wants to fight, trust me, I've talked to him, he wants to fight, right? And Joshua says he wants to fight. So two guys that want to fight, all of a sudden, these fights are so hard to make. Like I said, Dillian White, Joseph Parker, that's easy. You can make that in 48 hours. Convincing your welterweight to move up to middleweight to fight a monster in Triple G. Because this is before Canelo. This is before Daniel Jacobs when Kell Brook took on Golovkin. This is when Triple G had 20 knockouts in a row. So, yeah, I know you're a welterweight and all that, but we want you to fight this middleweight motherfucker. He ain't never been dropped. He ain't never been stopped. He undefeated, but he's strong as fuck. He's strong as an ox. This is the best. You can make that when the Chris Eubank Jr. fight falls apart. You make that instantaneously. But then this, all of a sudden, no. And you don't know what to do. Same thing with Kell Brook. See, I'm going in. I'm hitting y'all with that sermon. When Kell Brook had his eye messed up from Triple G, he was able to go file the proper, basically, I thought it was mid-true weight, and he was able to file the proper paperwork to stall out the IBF so he didn't have to fight Errol Spence straight away, get a medical exemption so he can continue. And you knew the proper protocol, the proper procedure, right? All that stuff. Same thing with Joshua Klitschko. Klitschko wasn't no champion. He wasn't no champion when he fought. So you would, to not fight people that were mandatories like Luis King Kong Ortiz, how'd you get clearance to fight a non-champion Klitschko? We know he's respected. We know what the fuck he did, but he wasn't a champion and he was coming off of a loss. So how you get the Klitschko fight? How was you able to fight Klitschko? Non-champion Klitschko. 41, because it was a big fight. It was a respected name. So you made it happen. You made it do what it do. We know he was on a year layoff. It was like 18 months. We know he was 41. We know he was coming off a loss to Tyson Fury where he looked like dog shit. We know where the fuck we at. Don't play with me, man. Listen, I don't listen to nobody. I barely even listen to myself. I barely listen to my brain. So I'm not listening to nobody. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. So it's just mighty convenient. All these other examples and exemptions and different shit like that. You know when to file the paperwork. You know who to contact, or your secretaries, or you know what I mean. You delegate it, whatever you do for Kell Brook to get his medical extension. But then Joshua Wilder, you really want to fight him. You want to fight Wilder next. You don't want to fight. Joshua was in a car saying he don't want to fight Povetkin. So you were really serious about that, right? But at the end of the day, you're not able to ward off the WBA. Like, yo, chill, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? I've had to do stuff like where I'm saving someone's spot in line, and it's getting close, and they're like, I'll be like, come on, chill, like, you know what I mean? Because you're trying to hold the lane open or hold the line open for someone. You know what I mean? So there's ways to go about it. You know what I mean? Just buy an extra stick of gum, and then by the time you're done with that transaction, your friend will be right behind you. There's ways to go about this shit if you really want to hold the line. David Dean says you a dickhead. Just block him. I'm not even arguing with no stupid shit. You a dickhead, then get the fuck off. We gonna cut you like a circumcision. I'm a dickhead. We gonna cut you like a circumcision. Get your dumb ass up out of here. See, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to distract from the message. It's not working today. It's not gonna work today because normally this is all business. Dean Simpson, you about to get in the hot seat. Maurice, $5. Hearn camp, all about stall tactics. Shaking my hand, not surprised. Listen. Sarah Valdez. What up, Sarah? Sarah Valdez in this? Dean Simpson, you in the hot seat. I love Ego, but most videos hating on him so bad. Who am I hating on? Let me know. I feel you hating on me. So let's have a hate off. Call me Hate Off Hitler. We gonna have a hate off. We gonna see who hates the hardest. You in the hot seat. Snake dude who supposedly is black messed up boxing. $2 super chat. Shmoney gang. Man, I'm hate off Hitler. We gonna have a hate off. Fuck what y'all talking about. Dean. And see, they be lying. These motherfuckers be lying and shit. Let's have a hate off. I'm the hate. Fuck it. Can't be too good, guys. I chose to be the bad guy. Fuck it. I'm hate off Hitler. Not Adolf. Hate off. I'm hate off Hitler. Y'all say I'm a hater? Okay. I'll be a hater. Battle me in the hot seat, though. Dean, get your simple ass up here in this hot seat. Where you at? We not playing no games. And this is what they try to do. Yeah, I like Ego's channel. He's pretty cool, but fuck him and fuck all black fighters and everybody. Like, you ain't no fan. My fans don't talk to me like that. My fans don't try to create issues that ain't when there ain't none. My fans will back up what they say. Where you at? Dean, you got 15 seconds, Dean. Hey, somebody snitch his name. What is it? Dean what? The black channels. They're comparing themselves to Hitler. What's Dean's last name? Somebody tell. 13. Okay. Where Dean at? 12. Okay. Look at Dean Duckin. That's your new name. Dean Duckin. Duckin' Donuts. That's all you do is duck. Joshua, who else? You can boys are all American. That don't even make English sense. You say you can boy. I don't even know what that means. Strike one. 8 seconds. Come on, Dean. Dean Simpson. We gonna send you back to the Simpsons. Let Homer Simpson choke the shit out you. Okay. 6 seconds. Come on, you gotta do something, Dean. I like Ego's videos, but where's Dean at? 3 seconds. Dean, you gotta do something. What did I hate on? That's all I want to know. Don't tell me about America. Tell me about me. You said I was the hater. You didn't say America be hate. You said I was the hater. So 1 second. What I hate on? You said I hate on in every video. What I hate on? Come on, Dean. You said it was gonna be easy. And Dean, time's up. What you gonna do? Let's see what Dean talking about. Dean Simpson. Last call for alcohol. What did I hate on? So this is like uncanny. They say I hate about so much, but they can't tell you one thing I'm hating on. But I hate about plenty. I hate in every video. How is it that a man can hate in every video, but you can't tell me one single solitary thing that I hated on? Tell me how that makes sense. Dean said I hate in every video. I got over 3,000 videos. You can't say one thing. You not coming up with nothing. Don't tell me about Merrick. Tell me about me. Tell me what this will put you in the hot seat. You said I was a hater. So you tell me what I hated on. Dean, your time is about up, bro. All right, get him out of here. Dean Simpson, he's playing. I'm not waiting all day. See, they can't even do what they say. Oh my gosh, Ronald Finkley is just, oh my God. This dude, Ronald, don't care. He had no emotions with the shit. He has no emotion. He'll just clap you. Yeah, these dude, but that's why you can't beat new media. You can't beat Ego's army. Because we see real quick who's really serious, who really has an argument. Shout out to D Bevel, the champ. $10 super chat. Shout out to Boxingego and 78 Sports TV for always keeping it 100. Joshua has officially joined the Mighty Ducks. I'm done with the Mighty Ducks. Y'all crazy. Hey, calling it like a C. You know what I mean? And like I said, where's all the people who were, I did a video. How many dislikes we got? I don't care. Dislikes make me work harder. How many dislikes we got? How many likes we got? How many dislikes we got? Someone put so-and-so likes. Oh, it ain't even that bad. Okay. How many likes we have? Somebody tell me the latest report, how many likes we got. We need more likes than that. Smash the like button, we working. Damn, how do you guys have these different amounts of numbers? People are saying all kinds of crazy shit. Shout out to Gotti's Corner, laughing my ass. The Black Channel, all they do is hate. Nick O, Canada, $2 super chat. Ego, would you pipe down Demi Lovato? What type of question is that? Of course. That's not even a real question. Demi Lovato? Yeah, she. How many rounds? Okay, I'll give Demi. I'll give Demi more, and I ain't talking about Ghost. I'll give Demi more and then get Ghost. Okay, bars. I said I'll give Demi more. Oh my God, bars. Let's go, man. I'm ready for whatever. I don't know who Wilder's gonna fight now, but it don't matter. I'm supporting it. He can fight a little kid in the 5th grade on recess. He can fight whoever he wants. It don't matter because we know who he was trying to fight, and we know that there is a constant obstacle. Constant obstacle. Every time he tried to fight, it was like, oh, like it literally 50 mil. Oh, how we know the money's real? Motherfucker, the money's real. Okay, the money's real. But we wanted to fight in the UK. I forgot to tell you that. We won in the UK. Okay, we'll come to the UK. Man, you took too long to get back to us. You know we want to fight in the UK, but we wanted to fight at Wembley. We didn't want to fight at Cardiff. Even though our last couple of fights have been at Cardiff, Principality Stadium, we want to fight at Wembley for this fight. If Wembley not going to be available for this fight, so if Wembley not going to be available, then we don't want to fight. Like, come on, bro. It's non-stop. It's not. Oh man, we ain't coming to America. We the champion. What you mean? Why should we come to America? We gonna come to America when we the A-side? Okay, we'll come to the UK. Man, you know we want you to go to the UK, but like it's always something like, come on, bro. Wait. Now I know you guys said you would come to the UK to fight, but it's my daughter's birthday. We can't even fight that week. Like it's non-stop. Like with the, you know I'm gonna be at Chuck E. Cheese. That's why you said that day, huh? We can't fight that week. Like, okay, we'll fight the week after that. Man, I know you say you will move the dates around, try to accommodate me, but that takes care of my daughter's birthday. But my son, he's having a bar mitzvah. Like, he's Jewish? Yeah, he's Jewish. He got the yarmulke, l'chaim. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it's like, I didn't even know you had a Jewish son. It's like always something. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is like non-stop. It's like, no matter what. You know I wouldn't trip. Man, it's just like no matter what. Like, oh, we know you want to come to UK. I called the Wembley Day open, but and then it's something else. It's like some random other occurrence. We can't do the weigh-in on Friday. If you come out then, we can't do the weigh-in on Friday. Like, why? Man, it's a tradition for my family. We watch the movie Friday on Friday, so we wouldn't even be able to weigh in for Friday. Like, what? You can't weigh in Friday because your family tradition is to watch the movie Friday. Yeah, we just really like that part with Ezel. He was like 150,000. I'll take your ass to court. Like, that's why this fight came. There's just always something. Always something. Always something. Blue Blood Sports TV. Oh yeah, don't forget Canelo Alvarez and Triple G stole the date. We had the Wembley, everything was set up, everything was beautiful. Everything was beautiful, and then Canelo came in with it. He ain't taking nothing, he ain't on no supplement, he ain't even taking no Flintstone vitamin. He don't do no Flintstone, he ain't doing nothing, now he stole the date. Now we can't even do it because he stole the date. Like, what the fuck, man? Non-stop. No matter what, it's just like always something. Man, you know my daughter gotta get her hair braided on that day. Like, my daughter gotta get her hair braided on that day. That's why you can't do the fight. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, all right, well, fuck it. You said this. We'll come to UK. What about October? Man, you know I gotta get a smog check. My car, I drove it. It sounded like a train. This shit was like toot toot, chugga chugga chugga, toot toot. DMV tripping right now. I don't know what the fuck it is. They say I got a unicorn in my tailpipe. Like, you're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I don't know what the fuck it is, but they say I gotta go get a smog check, so I won't be able to. I'm not gonna be available to get it that day. Like, whoa, you gotta get a smog check. Like, oh my god, I gotta get my car smogged. Like, all right, bro. It's just nonstop. Now you know we want to fight you, but the WBA, you know I wouldn't trip, but they asking for their belt back. Ah, this shit is comical at this point. Man, you know I wouldn't trip, but the WBA, they asking for their belt back. What belt? Oh, you know, the shiny beach cruiser, the one I let you use a couple weeks. Oh yeah, that belt. Oh, I didn't know you needed it back. Boy, it's my belt, punk. Damn, you got knocked the fuck out. Like, man, you know I wouldn't trip, but Pop's asking for my belt back. Like, get the fuck about it here, bro. Hanzo, $2 super chat. How do we stop bogus fans pushing old media live? Man, just support the real. I don't know no other way. Just support the people that you feel are really being real, being passionate. Super chat them, Patreon them, give them that engagement, give them that like button. I don't really know. I don't really worry about. I don't, like, real talk. You can say this being cocky. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really have no competition. The only competition I got is the man in the mirror. That's straight up. I don't look at nobody as like competition. I do me. I know what I bring to the table. That's the competition. Me being better than I was 2 weeks ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. That's my competition. So I don't really worry too much about old media. Yeah, we talk about it from time to time, but that ain't no competition to me. Ain't no competition. Like Fabulous said. This funeral Fab, man. Man, you know the WBA asked for their belt back. You know I wouldn't trip, but the WBA want their belt back. What belt? You know the WBA belt, the one I let you borrow after the Klitschko fight. Oh yeah, that belt. It's right over here. Boy! It's my belt, punk. Hell nah. Everybody say, you know the WBA, they want to ask me for my belt back. You know I wouldn't trip. This shit is comical. Shout out to Franco. He said, separate the weak from the obsolete, hard to creep. Them UK streets is on. Fuck all that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. That's real. It's like Puff said when he was at. Man, WBA gave me that belt, man. Fuck y'all. Oh my. Oh hell no. He gonna cry in the car. Man, why you ain't trying to help me when they asked for the WBA belt? You didn't do shit. What about the time he tried to choke me, smoke backyard? Oh, now that was different. Man, that WBA gave me that belt. Heck yeah. Oh my God. This shit is funny. Oh, hell not. He gonna cry in the car. Yeah, Eddie Hearn said he want to ask for that belt back. What belt? Like, damn. Why do you went all the way to UK? You ain't come back with nothing? Like, hell yeah, we got Joshua belts. I got about Joshua's belts. This shit is comedy at this point. Cuba, you missing the point. He said Povetkin gonna be way better than Parker. Who cares? It's not even a bad fight. It's about what's right. It's about what's next. It's about bamboozling the fans. It's about what we're asking for and not getting. No. Jose de Jesus, $2 super chat, Shmoney gang. Eagle, have you heard anything of Fortuna's health? No, I know some of the people on this team. I'll reach out to them. I haven't heard any updates, unfortunately. Fucking instant classic stream. And the WBA want me to ask for my belt back. You know, the shiny one. The one you won after the Klitschko fight. Oh, yeah. That belt. This shit is crazy, bro. I'm gonna go get some coffee. Y'all don't need me. That's the news. Dr. Manhattan, step your ass up in this hot seat. Let me flame him. Dr. Manhattan, he says Wilder has 40 fights and 2 top 5 ranked fighters. That's a lie. That's a lie. Step up in the hot seat. Dr. Manhattan, we're gonna send your ass back to Manhattan. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? Do you not here? This is all you have to listen. I'm gonna tell you how to kill a casual. Watch me kill him. Watch me get him. Casket. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Question 1. Do you not want to see Joshua Wilder? You can say whatever you want about Wilder's resume. Okay, he has 1 top 5, which is a lie. And I can prove it's a lie, but I don't even have to do that. I'll use your dumbass logic. Do you want to see the fight? Do you think Joshua Wilder is a good fight? See, these dudes, they can't beat me with this shit. These weak ass talking points. Oh, Wilder, his resume, you know, his windmill, he's punching. Like, do you want to see the fight? Is it a good fight for boxing? Yes or no? And explain either answer. Okay. Dr. Manhattan, where you at? Is it a good fight? Do you want to see it? Yes or no, and why? Where's Dr. Manhattan? Smash the like button while we wait for another bum. Ah, man, you know, another bum in the hot seat. Sting Crow says, fuck you, ego. Block him. Shooters. Sting Crow, get his ass to... Oh, my gosh, y'all are quick. Y'all clapped him quick. Hey, Dr. Manhattan, the bum, where you at? You have 15 seconds to comply. 13. I do, but no, hold on. I'll read. I almost had the shooters on your ass right there. But AJ has had half the fights and Wilder has, and he's unified and a better resume. Why would AJ be scared of Deontay? Bro, that's one of the weakest arguments. Do y'all hold on? Is that a? Do y'all want to automatically get him out of the chat, or do you want me to battle and rebuttal that? I'm gonna let the fans vote. I'm gonna let the fans vote. Should we keep this hot seat going? Just say keep going or stop. If you say stop, that means he's getting cut. Y'all want me to battle that? Rebuttal? Okay. Fans want me to rebuttal your dumbass point. So, one, you got to strike one because you admitted that you want to see the fight and it's a good fight. So, if it's a good fight, then what is resumes, like past resume? The point is, they're intersecting where their careers are at this point. That's the hottest fight for both of them. So even if he fought no top 5 opponent, people want to see the fights, right? Even though what you said is a lie, because there were more people that were top 10 than what you listed. But I'll use your dumbass argument. So strike one, because you already admitted you want to see the fight. Then you said, but AJ has had half the fights as Wilder and he's unified and has a better resume. Why would AJ be scared of Deontay? Listen, these fighters, there's a lot of politics. So it's based on what can be facilitated for each fighter. So that's like saying by default, Anthony Joshua would beat Luis Ortiz because he has a better resume than Luis Ortiz. But that is not how boxing works. Luis Ortiz wasn't privy to a lot of experiences because he didn't have a promoter that was really pushing him the same, right? Eddie Hearn's a good promoter. And he had the vehicle and he had the fans behind him. They would do O2 shows at first and they were selling out. So they just took it from there, period. But if you would have put Luis Ortiz in those same ass fights, he would have been champion. I would have picked him to beat Charles Martin. I think he could have beat Klitschko. And I think he would have beat Joseph Parker. So if he was given those same opportunities, he has a strong chance that he would have did the same thing, period. Which now, since I answered your question, who would Luis Ortiz have lost to that AJ fought? So if you would have name someone that AJ fought, and when he fought him, that you think Luis Ortiz, had he been instead of AJ, if it was Luis Ortiz's name there instead of AJ, Luis Ortiz would have lost to them. Go. I answer your question, you answer mine. So at the time AJ fought Klitschko, if Luis Ortiz was the opponent, motherfucker said Dillian White. So that was before Dillian White had the Derek Chisora fight. That was before he had the Lucas Brown fight. Wow. Shout out to you, Ego Love from the UK fans. Shout out to the UK. I love y'all. So name somebody. Nick O, $2 super chat. Ego, rate Klitschko's girl better than Demi Lovato. I can't do that right now. I'm in the hot seat. But thank you for your donation. And preferably, I should really drill you. Name somebody that Joshua fought for a belt, since you take it so long. Name someone he fought for a belt, because that's how he became unified champion. Name someone with the belt that he fought for a belt that Luis Ortiz would have lost to. I just said Klitschko. Yeah, okay, break down the fight. We'll see how much you know. Okay, Klitschko. Klitschko was coming off a horrible performance where Tyson Fury was just boxing him and moving, and he struggled with that. So why would he have beaten Klitschko? Why would Klitschko have beaten Luis Ortiz? Break down the fight. Let's see how much you know. He was 41. He had an 18-month layoff or so, over a year. He had an embarrassing loss where he lost all his belts, and I'm sure that does something to your confidence when you haven't lost in 9 years and you finally lose in an embarrassing fight. That wasn't a good heavyweight fight. You know what I mean? So tell me what he would have did to beat Klitschko would have did to beat Luis Ortiz. Why are you so confident in that? Break down the fight. See, I'm telling you, what these dudes do is they just name drop. They know somebody, they may know somebody's name that's on the resume, so they'll name drop, but they can't intelligently break down. Start breaking down the fight. See, this is what I tell you guys all the time with the lie. When you start saying a lie, you can just say a name. Anyone could do that. But then when you start getting asked questions about that lie, now you're going to have to keep this shit going. So you tell me what Klitschko would have done at 41 and he would have beat Luis Ortiz. Break down the fight. And if he would have beat him, why didn't he fight him? That's a better fight than fight Joshua. Fight Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? And that'll help prepare you for Joshua. Instead of going on facing the younger, strong champion. Ortiz struggled to take out Dave Allen, a domestic British fighter. He struggled, but he still took him out. That's what you're saying. Klitschko is one of the best fighters of all time. Ortiz isn't 40-ish. Ortiz is much older than his document. Okay, strike two. You notice this is what they do. You notice he's not breaking down the fight. He's just saying surface area. Oh, we've never seen Luis Ortiz's birth certificate. We gonna wrap this one up because you ain't really talking about shit. Now, let's look at the other opponents. Luis Ortiz versus Joseph Parker, Charles Martin. Those are guys that he actually fought to get belts, right? The Klitschko fight, he fought for a vacant belt. So let's focus on champions he beat to unify. Who out of those two would Luis Ortiz have lost to? Because they were actually champions. When he fought Klitschko, it was for a vacant belt. So we don't have to spend too much time talking about Klitschko. Klitschko would have jabbed and hugged Ortiz to points death, just like Povetkin. Yeah, even though Povetkin is not light on his feet like Luis Ortiz, so it's a completely different style, and Povetkin's not a southpaw, and Povetkin doesn't fight like Luis Ortiz, but good job. See, that's what I'm saying. These dudes can't break it down. So anyway, let's switch gears, since when he fought... See, listen. You see, he said Povetkin isn't light on his feet. Not like Luis Ortiz. When have you seen him get on his toes like Brian Jennings? Like Luis Ortiz did in the Brian Jennings fight. But either way, you're trying to stall out. Bro, you're on strike two. You have one more chance. He didn't fight Klitschko for... Klitschko wasn't a champion when he fought him. That was for a vacant belt. So he didn't really unify. He unified with a vacant belt. So let's talk about the champions. Guys that had belts stepping into the ring. Joseph Parker and Charles Martin. Who would have beat Luis Ortiz at that point that Joshua fought him? Because you keep talking to you're like, big up. Oh, Joshua, he unified. So let's talk about the champions he beat. You tell me what champion that Luis Ortiz would have lost to that at the time that he beat him. See, I told you, this is what happens when you try to perpetuate a lie. So let's talk about the champion. See how long it's taking to respond now? Let's talk about the champion that he unified with, which would be Joseph Parker and Charles Martin. They stepped into those fights as champion, and they left with their belt took. So which guy would Luis King Kong Ortiz have lost to, and then explain why? You have 15 seconds. See, I could tell when they start stalling. 13 seconds. 10 seconds. Why didn't Deontay fight Klitschko? Strike 3. 8 seconds. You see how that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, and he's stalling and not answering the question? 6 seconds. I could always tell. I could tell when it started to go south. Why didn't Wilder fight Klitschko? Why didn't you answer the question? That's a better question. 3 seconds. I told you. 1 second. Final answer. Dr. Manhattan, it's been fun. What's your final answer? Name a champion. See, he doesn't want to answer the question because he knows the answer. He doesn't want to answer it. Block Jim Leahy. Why are you wearing sunglasses inside? Because I fucking want to. Block him. Block him. Now, Dr. Manhattan, name the champion that your talking point was that Joshua unified. When he fought Klitschko, Klitschko didn't have a belt because he was coming off a loss in a long layoff. So he wasn't a champion. They fought for a free belt because Tyson Fury was on coke and he had to relinquish his belts. See, I know my boxing. So let's focus on the guys that had belts that Joshua unified with, which would be Joseph Parker from New Zealand and Charles Martin, right? Which guy would have beat Luis King Kong Ortiz and how? Your time has elapsed. You already have 3 strikes, so you have 5 seconds. Let me know. You should have been working on the answer. 3 seconds. Please, Dr. Manhattan, do something. You got to do something. 2 seconds. 1 second. I gave you a bonus round, bro. Shooters, get rid of Dr. Manhattan. It's been fun. None of them would have beat Ortiz. No, it's too late. I don't even care. I'm not even reading that. Get him out of here. Time has elapsed. I don't even care what you're talking about. You see, they wait till the last minute. I'm done. You see how I just stopped reading? That's how we doing. I'm not even reading it anymore. Because you literally wait till I count you out and then you want to respond. Nope. He was clearly waiting like, oh shit, what do I do? And then he just sent some shit last minute. Nope. You can't do that. If you're playing Family Feud in the speed round, you can't be like alligator after the time already went off. Your time already went out. You already exhausted all your time. The Stream King. Y'all know I'm the Stream King out here. So anyway, that's my time. It is what it is. Shout out to Joshua Povetkin. That's what your man fans wanted anyway. Evidence for what? Motherfucker, I am the Dr. Manhattan bodied ego. Body Spike C. Shooters, get him out of here. Dr. Manhattan, because nobody believes you. This shit is easy work. We having a block party. Oh, we having a party. Ego, you're number one, bro. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. But like I said, I must be the prodigal son. You know what I mean? Because a prophet. I keep calling this stuff. I told you it was going to be. I told you I didn't see the fight happening next. And now we have pretty much all the proof minus the actual announcement of Joshua Povetkin. Period. And see, that's a question in itself. If everyone's saying, oh, it's Wilder's fault or you're wrong and this and that, just ask yourself this question. Here, listen, if y'all want to know this final question before I get out of here, I'm going to go get some coffee. If y'all want to hear this last question, could I get a hell yeah in the comment section? We got to get them likes up. Smash the like button. Let's run through it. If y'all want to hear this last point, could I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'm in my throne. Listen, I'm going to tell you, if I'm so wrong, how come what I said about this whole thing actually came true? You know, like if I've been wrong this whole time, why is what I said more realistic and more in line with what's actually happening in the latest developments regarding this particular fight? I should be way off. It should have been like, oh, we got the contract and Wilder Joshua was fine. I told you, I don't see the fight happening next. Now, here's another thing. I've heard, and I haven't heard this like confirmed, but I think basically I heard it confirmed, but I haven't read it with my own eyes. But I heard that they disclosed the amount of money, the improved offer that they sent since the fight's not happening, and it was $15 million. It was $15 million, which is a bullshit offer. So that goes to show you that Deontay, 15 million flat. $15 million flat rate. So if that's true, the first offer is 12.5, 15 flat. That goes to show you that they don't really want the fight, because why would you get it? Why would you an improved offer and you give them like less than 3 million more? You know what I mean? That's not really that improved offer. Flat rate, no improve. So if you actually think about it, it might be better that Deontay Wilder doesn't get the fight, that he has to wait a little bit longer so he can adjust that number. You know what I mean? Maybe he can get a percentage when they renegotiate or whatever, but 15 million flat with no back end. So that goes to show you who wants to fight more, because why would you, I don't even think that's not it. Listen, 15 million is not plenty when the other side stands to gain so much money. That's not really fair. Yeah, 15 million for the average citizen, that's great money. You know what I mean? But you got to look at the event. You got to look at the event and what it stands. Like, okay, let's say when I worked at Lowe's, let's say I had been performing at a high level and someone had a little bit more seniority than me. They'd been at the company for a year longer. So maybe that seniority, they earned more than me. But if we're in similar positions and they're maybe just in a slightly higher position and they're getting $200,000 a year and I'm getting $80,000 a year, $80,000 a year is not bad money. $80,000 a year is not bad money. But you would think that if there's this much money to give, this much money in the pot, you could pay this HR person $200,000 and you're only giving me $80,000. That doesn't work out. You know what I'm saying? That don't really work out well because it's based on how much money. If there's that much money to give, well, how are they all caked up and then I'm making good money, but it's not even in line? You get what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't like Joshua Povetkin. It's not a bad fight. I don't like it though. I don't like it. I don't like the implications. It's a lot of risk for no reason. And then like, what if Povetkin wins? Joshua Wilder fight is toast. No one's gonna care as much. What if Joshua wins controversially? Then they might set up a rematch with Povetkin, which further would prolong a Wilder fight. Because now, like Ward Kovalev, Joshua has to set the record straight because some people thought Povetkin won. You know what I'm saying? So to me, Matchroom, they playing with fire because Alexander Povetkin's a very good fighter. We don't know. Maybe he's on something. We don't know. You know what I mean? He's failed 2 drug tests in a year. So that's something you have to consider. And then at the end of the day, like I said, he's a gold medalist. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on Joshua's chin or anybody's chin because those are big dudes punching. So it's just, I don't like the implications because even like, I'm telling you, this is my honest opinion. If Joshua gets knocked down and then like Clarissa Shields, the Wilder Joshua fight have already lost appeal to me. And it's that strict. I'm being honest. If Joshua, let's say Joshua gets knocked down like Clarissa Shields and wins, then that already hurts the Wilder fight. So he's gonna have to look good. Like to me, I don't think Joshua looked particularly good in his last 2 fights with Carlos Takam or what's his name, Joseph Parker. I don't think he looked particularly good. He didn't look like he looked, you know, fighting Kevin Johnson's and shit like that. So if he gets knocked down, something like that, it hurts the Wilder Joshua fight. Because if Povetkin can knock you down, then I know for a fact Wilder can knock you down. Now I know Klitschko already knocked him down, but that's Klitschko. You know, that's one. Klitschko beat Povetkin. But if you're getting dropped by Povetkin, who hasn't really even been that active, he fought David Price, yes, he fought Johan Duhaupas, but he hasn't really been active, and he hasn't been active at a high level. Like, you know what I'm saying? David Price, how many fights has he not got knocked out in his last 7 fights? You know what I'm saying? What, I don't even know. I haven't really followed. I've seen some of David Price. Hold on, I'll look it up instead of just speculate. This is what we do on this side. Hold on. All right, David Price has a record of 22-5. All 5 losses have been by knockout. So looking at his last fight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His last 6 fights, he's been knocked out 3 times. So in his last 6 fights, he's knocked out 3 times. He got knocked out by Erkan Tepper in the 2nd round. He won against low-level opposition. One of the guys he beat had a record of 22-30. So low-level opposition. Then he came back and fought Christian Hammer, and he got knocked out. A guy with the 20-4 record. He got knocked out in the 7th round. Then he fought a guy who was 4-11, got a points victory, a 6-rounder, and got a points victory. And then he fought Povetkin and got knocked out in the 5th. He did hurt Povetkin, but Povetkin kind of just stumbled back. So I honestly, I don't even see how Alexander Povetkin is the forced mandatory because I don't see what he's really even done recently. Beating David Price, who lost, like I said, he lost half of his last 6 fights, and they were all by knockout. All of them. You lose 3 in your last 6, and they're all by knockout, and you lost 5 times total, and they were all knockout. Like, every fight you lost was a knockout. Amir Khan don't even have that. Amir Khan lost to to Lamont Peterson. He didn't get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't get knocked out in every fight. David Price got every loss he has been a knockout. Every loss. He's 5 for 5. 5 losses, 5 knockouts. So I don't even see how that even put him back in the ranking, especially over Luis Ortiz, when Luis Ortiz got allowed back by the sanctioning body that discovered his failed drug test. How's the WBC in their testing discover the failed drug test, and then they let him back in the rankings, but the WBA doesn't? So yeah, man, I'm not a fan. Like I said, it's not as a fight stylistic, it's not a bad fight, but I don't like the implications. And I'm telling you, boxing works in weird ways. Boxing will find a way to create justice, give Joshua a shitty performance, or him, you know what I mean, God forbid, him lose to a Povetkin, and then that's what you get. Like, people are gonna be like, that's what you get. You was stalling. You didn't want to fight Wilder. You didn't strike while the iron's hot. Now somebody else that got you a whole lot less money, just did what Wilder could have been given credit for. You know what it reminds me of? Boxing is fucked up like this. I'm just telling you. I love this sport, but it's fucked up. Look at Pacquiao versus Jeff Hearn. That shouldn't have been Jeff Hearn. That should have been Terrence Crawford. Hold on, I need a pullback. Let me rewind the track. I need me a pullback. Pacquiao's loss to Jeff Hearn should have been a loss to Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford had been the guy whose name had been linked with fighting Pacquiao. Pacquiao lost to Mayweather. Terrence Crawford had been compared to Mayweather, so that would have been a hell of a consolation prize should Pacquiao win, right? It should have been a hell of a consolation prize if Pacquiao was able. So that opportunity should have been given to Crawford. That's the fight HBO had been building. That's the fight Bob Arum said he wanted. Terrence Crawford obliged and said, yeah, I'd love to fight Pacquiao. He's a legend. YouTube is working against you. Motherfucker, I am YouTube. What are you talking about? That don't even make sense. YouTube ain't working. Shit, the way they paying, it ain't working against me. I don't know what you talking about. This motherfucker said YouTube is working against me. It sound like they working with me than the motherfucker. Hey, Ron, you gotta slow up on the blocks. You don't have to block him for something like that. You just clapping everybody. I wanted to hear what he was talking about. I want to know why he was even, what he was even talking about. YouTube working against me. I was curious. Yeah, you don't have to clap people for stuff like that. Or time them out or whatever. Yeah, that's not, I mean, it didn't escalate to nothing. I just want to hear what he was even talking about. But yeah, man, back to the Joshua Wilder shit. It's just, we know what it is, man. But yeah, Pacquiao, that fight was earned by Terrence Crawford. He was the one that was in line. He's the one that should have been in line. But the way politics worked out, they gave it to Jeff Hearn, and then Jeff Hearn upset the apple cart. He's the one that pulled it off. You know what I mean? And see, and this is the bitch made shit with the fucking fans. Y'all want to hear some bitch made shit with the fans? I'm gonna tell y'all. If nobody would tell y'all, I'll tell y'all. I love this platform because I get to talk boxing with all of y'all and keep it real. If y'all want to know the bitch assness and the bitch made part of this whole situation, can I get a hell yeah? I'm gonna explain it. I'm talking about Pacquiao versus Crawford / Jeff Hearn, that whole triangle. See, this is the bitch made part. They were building Crawford versus Pacquiao. For whatever reason, Pacquiao and his team didn't want the fight. Right? They end up giving a different fight to, and Pacquiao would lose to it, and that was Jeff Hearn. Then Crawford fights Jeff Hearn and then beats his ass. I was at the fight, covered as media, right? But this is the bitch made part. you got fans that'll fuck around and say, oh, Terrence Crawford, who's he really beat? He lacks names. But then you got a guy who barely even beat Pacquiao. And they were willing to give him the opportunity to fight Pacquiao. And now on his record, Jeff Hearn is able to say, hey, I have a win over Pacquiao. Meanwhile, Crawford is fighting him and everybody else that he can, the Julius Ndongos. And now you got people who are saying, oh, but Crawford doesn't have a signature name. Yeah, it's because you didn't give him a fucking signature scalp to take off of somebody's fucking head. If you would have put, I told people along, you would have put Crawford in there with Pacquiao would get dusted off swiffer. But they didn't give him the opportunity. See, so that's what people are like, oh, but Joshua was a unified champ. Yeah, but you also have to look at the politics of boxing. Yeah, he was a unified champ because of the politics and you know, having a good promoter. He was making money with this fighter. He had endorsements. Joshua looks the part. You know, some people were even comparing him to Mike Tyson, even though he don't fight like Mike Tyson, but because he was a power guy with all knockouts, they were saying Mike Tyson. So they did a good job building him up. Meanwhile, guys like Luis Ortiz been a boogeyman on the low, right? Same thing with you. There's no one that can argue with me that Jeff Hearn was more deserving of a Pacquiao opportunity than Terrence Crawford. However, the powers that be, the fight that was made first was Jeff Hearn versus Pacquiao for a title shot. They didn't make the Terrence Crawford fight. And that's the bitch ass part, because the bitch made part is, like I said, Terrence Crawford, he would have had that opportunity to try to dethrone Pacquiao. I think he probably would have done it. You know what I mean? But he doesn't have it because he wasn't given that opportunity. That's not how the matchmakers made the matches. Now you have the same people talking about, oh, he doesn't have a signature win. Yeah, he don't have a signature win because the signature people don't want to give him no work. You know what I mean? That happens a lot of times, more often than you think. Same thing with Rigondeaux. You look at Rigondeaux, okay, yeah, he lost to Lomachenko, but he moved up 2 weight divisions. Truthfully, more often than not, you're supposed to lose if you jump up 2 weight classes without acclimating. More often than not, you know what I mean? Conventional wisdom. But, yo, Rigondeaux, where's his signature win? Yeah, it could have been Abner Mares. It could have been Leo Santa Cruz. It could have been Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg. There would have been signature wins, but they didn't want to fight him, period. So, you know what I mean? That's the struggle. Same thing Errol Spence. Oh, he fought Ocampo. Yeah, but if he would have fought fucking Keith Thurman, we could see what he's made of. Maybe he wins, maybe he loses, but we would have been able to see it. He would have been able to prove himself at the highest level. But you see what Keith Thurman got rid of his belt, not really been seen. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the politics that we got to deal with in boxing. You know, oh, this guy don't have a signature win. Give them the signature fucking opportunity, and I'm sure they will have a signature win. But if you don't give them that opportunity, then and that's how it goes. Like, there's no one that could tell me Povetkin has had more recent impressive performances than Wilder. Listen, I'm on Povetkin shit right now. Povetkin fought in March of this year on a Joshua card. He knocked out David Price, who again lost 3 out of his last 6 fights. He beat Christian Hammer in December of 2017 via unanimous decision and went the full 12, right? He has a 12-round win over Andrei Rudenko in July. And then before that, he failed a drug test, and the day after, they got Johan Duhaupas, who Wilder had already knocked out, and they put him in there on late notice, on 1 day's notice. And then that's his only fight in 2016, and he fought Marish Weck and knocked him out in the 12th round in 2015. So he's only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights since 2015, and they haven't been against big names, and the performances haven't been like, where's his Luis Ortiz knockout performance against a name like that, or Dillian White or some shit? And the truth be told, Dillian White has had more probably recent success, I would say. Dillian White, he's had some more, like his performance over Lucas Brown, that was more impressive than Probably what Luis Ortiz, Povetkin has done recently. That's my time, people. So Joshua Wilder next. Hey, block Roman Devil. He the devil. Thank you. He trying to create some false narrative. We're not getting notified anymore, Ego. I got placed in timeout for that. I apologize. I talked to the shooter about that. I don't know why you got hit up for that. Hey, Ron Finkley, slow down on the trigger in terms of stuff like that. Like, if it's someone clearly trolling, you can clap him, but he wasn't trolling. He said YouTube's working against me because he didn't get the notification. Povetkin did stop Takam, yeah, but he did it in October of 2014. So what are you telling me? He stopped Takam, but he stopped him in 2014. So 4 years ago, when he might have been on something, like I'm supposed to just revel in that. I don't know what's up with YouTube. It said, bro, YouTube tripping. I'm just now getting a notification. The fuck? I have no idea. YouTube is tripping. Ego Veli, hey, I'm working on getting a 50-cent drop for your show. Good brother. Hashtag salute. Yeah, tell 50, man. Tell him I need that drop, nigga. I'm gonna dig deep in your ass, you fake. I'm gonna stop saying that. You probably like that fucking fruity ass nigga. Something special. Let's get it, man. I'm about to get some coffee. I'm really gonna turn on. I might even come back. They say I'm crazy now. Something special. Hey, all y'all AJ protectors, nigga. You gotta do something, baby. I am 50, man. Hit my wisdom tooth, I spit it out. I don't smile a lot, cause ain't shit pretty. I got a purple heart for war, and I ain't never left the city. Hoes be like, Ego, you so witty on the dick, like they heard a ghost right foot. Hey, you gotta be feeling real bulletproof in this motherfucker. Cause the windows of motherfucking Benz is bulletproof, nigga. Motherfucker had bulletproof. Doc said, I get hit in the head, might get a fucking concussion, nigga. Yo, I'm out. Ego Impressions, we the gang. Ain't nobody fucking with it. The live is live stream. You know that. I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Let's get it. We got this. I'm gonna get some coffee. I might even come back one time. Joshua Povetkin. Enjoy that. Better that than the hole in your head, right, nigga? Hey, Falcon. See, you got me going with that. He said, better that than the hole in your head. Oh, my God. Hey, you see that brick house? I'm getting the other car. Man, shut the fuck up. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I don't think this nigga reading YouTube live chat. I see what you say, the barbarian. I'm reading it. Hey, smash the like button. We gonna ride out. Shout out to my shooters. Shout out to the engagement. I whip your head, boy. Man, you know I will. I whip your head with the back of the steel. Man, the WBA want me to ask for my belt back. What belt? You know, the one you won after the Klitschko fight. Oh yeah, that belt. Peace, y'all. Oh, before I go, did Anthony Joshua duck Deontay Wilder? Let's go. I want to know from the fans, you guys, testing 1, 2, 3. Once again, did Anthony Joshua duck him? Just say duck or no. Duck or no. Don't say yes, say duck. We got to see words. So if we see a bunch of ducks, or say no duck. Say duck. No, say duck or no, because I want to see. I want to be able to read it. Wow. Keep it going. Keep voting. Hey, yo, we voting. Duck or no? Duck or no? Duck or no? Damn, y'all going in today. See, and this is the thing. You guys could try to fake, but you can't fake the army. You can't fake the populace. Damn, y'all going in. Keep voting. Did Anthony Joshua duck Deontay Wilder in your opinion? Duck or no? See? Here's what they think about you. Alright, I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm out. Something special, man. Here's what they think about you. And we out.